Vrijthof in Maastricht, and tonight's concert is a huge celebration, and the audience are very special indeed.
My name is Colonel Robert Thoma.
I've been serving in UNIFIL in Lebanon.
I am a major in the Royal Netherlands Air Force.
We did our job.
The music tonight is to honor our brave servicemen and women.
So we used to train to music like that during the combat. Oh, that brought back a lot of old memories.
And I fly to England to speak with the forces' sweetheart, Dame Vera Lynn.
I represented the sweetheart, their wives, and I suppose they pictured English girl back home. And yes, I was thrilled.
And then, what a girl.
The Vrijthof is brimming with heroes. This is the Veterans Concert. My hometown of Maastricht did not escape the ravages of World War II. In 1940, the 3 bridges over the River Maas were destroyed during the German invasion, and the city fell, and the majority of Jews were murdered in Nazi concentration camps. But on the 14th of September 1944, it was also the first Dutch city to be liberated. And it's the courage of those men and women who risked their lives for our freedom that I'm celebrating today on the Vrijthof. This is for me a very special evening because I'm born just after the war, and my wife also. Her parents were of Jewish background, and I have great admiration for the veterans who did a lot for us. They gave eventually their life to save us, and I'm very glad that I can do something back in the form of our music, and that's what we do tonight. And just outside the Vrijthof, it's a sea of uniforms. Tonight I've arranged a very special opening to the concert.
Andre generally offered 3,500 places for the veterans. Around 8:30, the veterans will march, coming from there, and they will pass Andre Rieu and the Commander-in-Chief of the Army. This is the first ever event, and I'm sure that they will enjoy it a lot.
I think it's an honor to all the veterans. And yeah, it feels good to assemble here together to celebrate tonight.
Proud, absolutely proud, and to serve on this day with those fabulous guys. It's enormous. It's good. Yeah, absolutely.
What happens today is unique, but well deserved.
So all the veterans are invited by Andre Rieu, so that's an honor for us.
Andre, bedankt. We love you. It is amazing. Thank you very much.
He's doing a great job. He is bringing people together, and you meet everybody, and you give you feeling of you're part of the veterans family.
And the veterans made a grand entrance into the Vrijthof to the music I recorded with my orchestra. I was in the middle, the Commander-in-Chief of the Army at the right, the Mayor of the city of Maastricht at the left. I can tell you that was a very emotional moment for me when all the veterans came in. There was the Army, there was the Navy, all different uniforms, of course. They marched so proud and so quick and so full of energy, and that gave me really goosebumps. Geef ze een enorm applaus, onze veteranen. I remember coming on stage, I saw all these uniforms and we played our national anthem. And that night, all these uniformed people, they heard the anthem and Chuck! That was how it should be, full of respect. That was very, very beautiful. Looking out on the Vrijthof, I see many World War II veterans, and it was in 1941 that a young Russian tried to enlist to fight the Germans, but was turned away because of his poor eyesight. That man was Dmitri Shostakovich, and this is my favorite composition of his. Tonight's concert is a celebration of heroes. I've invited over 3,000 veterans to the Vrijthof in Maastricht. And there's one veteran in the audience who actually helped liberate my hometown of Maastricht back in 1944, Mr. Frank Towers. My son Pierre has always been in awe of the sacrifices servicemen like Frank made, and he now collects and restores World War II memorabilia.
If you like dust and smoke, this is where you want to be.
He took Frank on a tour of his collection.
Well, Frank, it isn't the first time you're here, but it's growing and growing.
Yes, it is.
You like it?
It's wonderful. I think your concept of trying to restore all these vehicles is a wonderful idea for the future generations.
Lest we forget. Yeah. This is my passion. I have around 80 vehicles. It started with the history of my mother's family. Her father was a Jew and a German, so that was kind of complicated. So he left Germany and went to Maastricht, where he met my grandmother. And they fell in love, and during the war she was in the resistance. And she hit my grandfather, and amongst him many others. It was so dangerous to do this, because all of them would have been taken and sent to one of the camps. I mean, that takes quite some heroism to do that. What I want to do is to keep the story alive of what all these veterans, Allied forces did for us.
And it's my absolute honor to play for the veterans tonight. There's one song of hope which I know holds a special place for many veterans. Released the same year World War II ended, it offers comfort to those in tough times and reminds them they're never alone.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky and the sweet silver song of love.
huge privilege to play for veterans like Frank Towers, who recalls that fateful day in September 1944 when he helped liberate my city.
We had this tremendous rat race across northern France and Belgium and up to Holland. We were the first American troops to set foot on the Dutch soil. We worked our way up to Maastricht. All the bridges were blown out, so we had some of the local people around in the area get boats, rowboats, fishing boats, and ferry our troops across the river right about where André's home is today. And from there, we worked our way up into the city of Maastricht, and as we were coming in, the Germans were going out across the St. Servais Bridge. So by the time we get up into the Freithof area, the Germans were running. So when we got here, great jubilation. They were happy to see the Germans gone. Every time I go back to the Freithof, I have memories of having been there. Well, I feel quite pleased and honored for André to invite me back here, because primarily I was one of his liberators of Maastricht.
And especially for the American veterans in the audience, such as Frank, I play a tribute to the Hindu Sisters, a favorite of the Allied forces.
Chicago way. He had the boogie song that no one else could play. He was a tough man and his friend, but then his number came up and he was going to death. He's in the army now, of Lord Bradley. He's the boogie boogie bull of my company B. A two, ba da ba da. Have you ever seen a bit of jumping where they pull the bull when they come to school in the South American way? Hiya, hiya, hiya. Could you have ever kissed in the moonlight? If you never kissed alone, what you miss of the South American way? By me, Mr. Shane, please let me explain. By me, Mr. Shane means that you're grand. By me, Mr. Shane, again I'll explain. It means you're the fairest in the land. I could say Bella, Bella, even say Wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. I'm trying to explain. I'm here, Mr. Shane, so kiss me and say you'll understand. To make you feel so very glad, Calypso sing and make her cry. Guarantee you want real good fine time. Pick it on Coca-Cola, go down for Cuba. Both mother and daughter working for the Yankee dollar. Oh, tickle, 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 this tickle, tickle is a cuckoo in my car. And when he says cuckoo, he means it's time to boo. It's tickle number of the lovers in the clock. I've got a heavy day, so speak of tickle, tell me is it getting late? If I'm on time, cuckoo, but if I'm late, boo-boo, then what my heart want to wait. In Spain, they say, see, see. In France, you hear, oui, oui. Every little Dutch girl says, yeah, yeah. Every little rock
camaraderie that brings us all together with music. I remember being trained to music like that, even when during the combat periods, when we were marching forward, a lot of times we would march to band music. It's great.
It's Armed Forces Day, and to pay my respect, I've invited over 3,000 veterans to Maastricht for a special concert. Throughout the war, music played a big part in boosting morale, and there is one person whose songs touched the hearts of so many. I boarded a private jet to meet her.
Here we go.
And this song should give you a clue to who that person is.
There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover.
I'm going to see the forces sweetheart herself. Born in 1917, she became the voice and the pin-up for so many servicemen. Of course, it's Dame Vera Lynn. It's such an honor for me, Dame Vera, to meet you. Really,
meet you too.
It's fantastic. How did it feel to be named the forces sweetheart?
Oh, it was lovely.
Yeah.
It was an honor for me, you know, because of my broadcasting to them and hearing my voice. I suppose they picture an English girl back home. I represented their sweetheart, their wives, and yes, I was thrilled, absolutely.
I can imagine.
And the songs meant a great deal. And the White Cliffs of Dover, of course, was something that was always in their mind. It was the last thing they saw as they sailed away, and the first thing they saw
They would
when
see
they
when they come back.
returned. Yes. So, of course, that was always very important, that song to them.
Every concert when I play in England, the last piece is We'll Meet Again.
Yes, of course.
I start all alone with the violin, and then all the people stand up, and of course they sing along, and the King of You.
I was lucky finding that song because it was so fitting, you know, during war. They had hopes that they would meet again, and the families would hope that the boys would come back safe.
Certain memories when you sung this song all over the world?
I think the most prominent in my mind is my trip to Burma. I couldn't fly across the channel because there was a little skirmish going on underneath. So I had to fly all the way around down to America and come in that way.
Oh yes, I understand. And of course they were extremely glad that you came all the way to sing for them.
Well, some of them had been out there for about 4 or 5 years, 6 years, some of them.
As long as
you know,
that.
because they were out there, stationed out there before the war started. And so, of course, they hadn't seen an English girl for years.
And then, what a girl.
To sing in a jungle with 6,000 men and just me, you can imagine, you know.
It's not difficult to find you because all the rest are boys.
This is the map. I came up here and through the jungle up into Kohima where I did a concert. I took one dress with me and I wasn't able to wear it except on one occasion when I did a concert in a shed.
And there comes this girl from England singing this verse.
Yes, yes. But it was a great privilege to be able to be out there among them.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you.
Dame Vera Lynn risked her life to entertain the troops during the war, as did American big band musician Glenn Miller. But he wasn't as fortunate. En route to France, his aircraft disappeared in bad weather over the English Channel. In tribute, back at the Vrijthof, I performed a Glenn Miller medley. That is what I really like, to go from one extreme emotion to another. So from Glenn Miller with his big band sound to the emotion of the most ugly instrument in the world, the bagpipe. It is so ugly, but at the same time so beautiful. It goes through my heart, always when I hear it. I love it too, and the audience loves it, and it's always a lot of emotions. It's Veterans Day in Maastricht, and as a thank you, I'm giving a concert for all the servicemen and women who laid down their lives for our freedom. And there's plenty of pomp and ceremony. We owe our freedom to 3,000 veterans in the audience tonight, and my life wouldn't be the same without them. The whole world, due to Marjorie's story, is very alive in my family, and every day we speak about it. For me, it's very difficult because I'm born in freedom, and I'm now 63. I lived all my life in freedom and peace. I don't know what it is to have war. But this freedom of speech, of course, we owe that, in fact, to all these people who gave their lives for us. And therefore, I have a great, great admiration for these people. And there's one song, an 18th century hymn, which goes straight to everyone's hearts. Another piece I always play is apart from Amazing Grace, to say this is the end. Adieu, mein kleiner Garten. You know, you would feel like, oh, it's the end of the concert. I would like to wave André adieu. And in my concert, you are allowed to do it. As I leave the stage, I know this is a night I will never forget. I hope the veterans were satisfied.
This has been a great experience for me. Probably my last time to come to Maastricht. Well, I hope not. But anyway, I have enjoyed it. It's been really great. Fantastic.
It's a little bit what we could do back for them. They go, they get their lives, and I make music, so that's the only thing I can do for them. So I hope that I made them happy.
Very good time.
Andre is in my heart, and now I'm live here. It's very, very, very nice.
Yes, it's a very good show.
It's a great opportunity to be here as a Dutch veteran, and it's an honor that he invited us.
So Andre, thank you very much for the great evening. Thank you.
Andre, it was perfect.